Hello, wonderful people of the internet. I'm Tangible Audio, your host on the Doomville server this lovely afternoon. You may remember in the last episode that I had some problems with dying, and we thought, you know what, we better get an XP farm under the way. So we had the piglin gold farm that we were thinking of using as an XP farm, but we're not going to be able to get it done fast enough. It requires too many materials that are difficult to get. So I tell you what, we are going to build an Ender XP farm. Yes, I have almost all of the materials. I just need to trade for some quartz blocks now, and then we are going to head to the end and get started. But first, I also need to build a little piglin trading farm, because Rue wants crying obsidian in apparently large quantities. So that we got to get from piglins, and the piglin trading farm is a nice little easy farm. Gets us lots of obsidian so that Rue can use that for her biz. Once we get this done, then we'll dive into the big Enderman farm. Check you in the nether. So this is the beginning of the piglin trading farm. Unfortunately, one thing I overlooked was actually getting the piglins. I mean, I didn't quite overlook it. I did think about it. And I was like, I see piglins up here all the time. It'll be no problems. Apparently, I remember it happening more often than it does. So yeah, we're just gonna have to, like, I guess, hang out in our little nether area here occasionally, and I put some supplies in a box over there so that if we ever see them, we can just run over with a boat and grab them, and grab their name tags. It's all ready to go. And also, while I'm waiting, I have decided to make this needlessly more complicated so that I can practice a little bit of redstone, because I don't really know anything about it. I'm gonna put just a simple item elevator on the back there, because as it is, you gotta go down in here and get stuff. I mean, you don't actually gotta go down in there, but it could be cooler than that. And the reason the floor looks bizarre is ghasts. I thought that if I just put some buttons on the floor, ghasts wouldn't spawn in here, despite the fact that it is 7 blocks high, and they only need, I think, 4 or 5 blocks to spawn. Buttons didn't do it. Carpet appears to have done pretty well. If we can't figure out better than that how to deal with that on the floor, because my concern is that no blocks will stop them because they form in the air. The internet suggests that maybe carpets or other non-spawnable blocks, which I thought included buttons, but we will see. Otherwise, it will be a decoration design task for Rue to figure out how to do cool decorations that don't affect the cool bedrock ceiling, but also poke down into space so that the gas don't spawn. Yep. Let's go have a look. See if there's any piglins out here. Like, is it our lucky day? I'm gonna be optimistic and grab a boat. Oh, shit. Oh, that was my bad. Safe to say, no luck on the piglin front. Well, that went pretty well and way faster than I expected it to. But the big question now is, does it work? And I'm sure you can see on my bar there that it definitely does. Also, I didn't quite finish it. I ran out of quartz. And at some point I will fix that, but like, it still works really well. So you may notice I am not moving at all other than my head because you know my luck with the old F5. So let's get a little closer of a look, shall we? And we are gonna have to turn hostile mobs down. Oh my. That's still pretty loud. Hopefully I can turn it off in post. Alright, so we have our special sword for this, the Reaper, just in case we don't always have, you know, something with sweeping edge. And also we don't really want it with looting, because as it is, we have way too many ender pearls. You can see it just immediately overfills. Although, this one, I did empty them out recently, so we should be pretty good here, but let's get reaping. Then it'll fill up again in a second, yeah. They sort of come in waves a little bit. It's not as fast as it could be, especially since I didn't quite finish the big fan up top, but it's more than good enough for the XP grinding and mending that we need. So, and we'll never need this many ender pearls. We've also been getting endermen's heads, which is really nice. There's one in each of those to ensure that they always can stack so that they don't just build up and go away. We got a nice little enchanting setup here so we can do our things right away, and some of that's from building. It's not really as important now, but we can do all sorts of good stuff here. So at the end of the day here, I am pretty happy with this. In the short time we've been here, I've gone up 5 levels, so I'm pretty satisfied with this. And I think it is time for us to make some progress on the Wizard Tower roof. So let's head back there. One thing I forgot to mention, so I did some end raiding, just, using my elytra, and I'll be honest, I used an online map to find a bunch of fortresses fast and get some backup, some backup elytra and 2 sets of elytra for Rue. And I had my shulker boxes that I'd just gotten. I've found like 3 new shulker boxes. So Rue got 1 to replace 1. She lost a couple in lava. And so I got 3 more, gave her some to replace hers, had 1 left over for myself, and I was picking them up from here after I'd filled them all with ender pearls, and it went over the edge. So, butts, Oh well. Gonna have to just, do some more fortresses soon. I didn't really go into the actual cities. I keep saying fortress. I know it's not right. I will stop. I didn't go into the cities too much until the end when I was like, let's just get a couple more shulkers. Mostly, I was just there for elytra, and so I just made that my priority. But I need to go back and just, completely clean out one of the bigger ones. Before we get started on the roof, I am going to take you over to my copper oxidation field, because that's very exciting. that has been a pretty productive episode. We've gotten a farm done, we got the piglin trading thing set up, although we still don't have any piglins for it, so we're going to have to work on that. But in the meantime, they have announced 1.18 on November 30th. Right now, it is the 21st, which means we have to get this wizarding tower done before it comes out. So the next episode, we will be finishing the wizarding tower, which mostly means finishing the roof. And Rue will be finishing up her insides. Speaking of which, I just wanted to give you a little sneak peek of the potions room she has been working on. And you see that cat fella behind me? The idea is that this wizard has apprentices, but turns cats into their apprentices. So all of the apprentices and people that you see around, they all have cat's heads. And that's what's going on there. Anyhoozle, she's gonna work on the other rooms, get them finished up. I'm gonna get the roof finished up, and we are gonna show it off next week. It's gonna be great. And then, just to get a little more action in, because I'll admit it, this episode was a little light on that sort of thing, and mostly just focused on building. Next episode, we are going to trigger a raid in a village and see what we can do. It may just be Rue and I, but we also may be joined by Lutzman and one of our other co-workers who keep saying that they're going to join our server, but hasn't actually showed up yet. Well, correction. He did show up, but nobody was online the couple times he showed up, so he hasn't been showing up since then. But once 1.18 comes out, I think we're going to get more people on. I know a lot of people were just like, we'll wait for 1.18 to come out before we get back into it. So we'll see what happens then. I'm really excited, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about our plans for 1.18 in the next episode. Until then, bye.